How does a team come into being through a simple coin toss, and how does it lose its biggest star in a single summer night more than 50 years later? The Milwaukee Bucks are one of the NBA's smallest markets, but I'd be right to say that their history holds one of the league's greatest stories. I'm talking about 2 championships and 2 generations of superstars, Kareem and Giannis. But between them lies decades of disappointment. Of course, this team didn't become what it is today in just one season. I'm going to talk about the 10 critical moments that have most shaped the history of the Milwaukee Bucks. Before we get to number 10, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because this channel will continue to bring you content you'll love, both during the season and in between. Number 10, a team born from scratch. In 1968, Milwaukee was granted a new NBA franchise. The first season was a bit brutal. It ended with exactly 27 wins and 55 losses. No one really expected much from this small market team, but every empire, of course, starts somewhere. The Bucks' story began right at that 0 point, and that dismal season actually opened the door to the greatest gift in franchise history. Number 9, a coin tossed in the air. Back in 1969, the number 1 draft pick was determined by a coin toss between 2 bottom-dwelling teams, and the Bucks faced off against the Phoenix Suns. The Bucks won the toss and used that pick to select the towering player from UCLA, the future Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. With that selection, Kareem practically changed the league overnight. If it hadn't been for that coin toss, this franchise might never have risen so quickly and easily, so luck can sometimes seriously shape a team's destiny. Number 8, the first peak. Then in the summer of 1970, the Bucks managed to sign the legendary Oscar Robertson. The young Kareem and the experienced Robertson joined forces, and the result was, of course, quite overwhelming. The Bucks finished as the league's best team with 66 wins, and by defeating the Baltimore Bullets 4-0 in the finals in 1971, won the championship in just their 3rd season. Kareem averaged 27 points per game throughout the series, earning him the title of Finals MVP. Another Finals appearance came in 1974, but they were unable to avoid a 7-game loss to the Boston Celtics. This brief golden age had essentially defined the franchise's identity. Number 7, Kareem's departure. By 1975, Kareem was no longer happy in Milwaukee. He cited cultural differences and requested a trade. On June 16th, he was traded to Los Angeles. In exchange, the Bucks received young players, but none of them managed to fill the void he left behind. Kareem went on to win 5 more championships with the Lakers, while Milwaukee was forced to languish in mediocrity for years. Unfortunately, losing a superstar can lead to such consequences. Number 6, the unbreakable wall, the 1980s. Under Coach Don Nelson and led by Sidney Moncrief and Marquez Johnson, the Bucks regained their strength. That's right, they won 7 consecutive division titles, but 2 giants stood in their way, Larry Bird's Celtics and Julius Erving's 76ers. As you can imagine, the Bucks came close every year, but never made it to the finals. This decade shaped Milwaukee into a city with a loyal but heartbroken fan base. Number 5, the train they missed. 25 years ago, it was 2001, the Bucks, featuring Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, and Sam Cassell, advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. Their opponent was Allen Iverson's 76ers. The series went to a Game 7. On June 3rd, Iverson scored 44 points and the Bucks were eliminated. Coach George Karl and Ray Allen were fined a total of $85,000 for claiming that the league had rigged the series. Of course, Allen had said he would make more money from a Philadelphia-Los Angeles matchup. After that game, the franchise entered a long period of darkness. Number 4, the team that stayed in Milwaukee. It's 2014. Herb Kohl, who had bought the team in 1985 for $18 million, sold the franchise that same year to Wes Edens and Mark Lasry for $550 million, a record at the time. Here's the thing, there was a critical clause in the agreement. If a new arena wasn't built, the team could have moved out of the city. The threat of relocation was real, but the new owners kept their word. In fact, even Kohl donated $100 million toward the new arena. In 2018, the Fiserv Forum opened. This decision kept the franchise in Milwaukee and laid the groundwork for a modern championship. Number 3, the move that sealed the championship. 6 years ago in November 2020, the Bucks acquired star point guard Drew Holiday and paid a hefty price. Shortly thereafter, Giannis Antetokounmpo signed his historic Supermax contract. Additionally, the two-time MVP chose to remain in a small market city. These two decisions opened the team's championship window wide. Ultimately, Milwaukee no longer feared anyone. Number 2, the end of a 50-year drought. 5 years ago on July 20th, 2021, the Bucks came from behind to take a 4-2 lead over the Phoenix Suns in the finals, and Giannis scored 50 points in Game 6, exactly 50. Just think about that. The franchise won its first championship since 1971. As a result, nearly 80,000 people gathered in the outdoor viewing area the Bucks set up in the Deer District for Game 6. However, the reality is that this victory came at a high cost, because in 2023, Holiday was traded away and Damian Lillard was brought in. Later, in 2025, Lillard unfortunately tore his Achilles tendon and left the team via the largest waiver in NBA history, spreading his remaining $113 million over 5 seasons. The peak and the fall thus became part of the same story. Number 1, the end of the legend. The Bucks, of course, missed the playoffs after a 32-50 season on July 6th, 2026. Just about 15 days ago, Giannis Antetokounmpo was traded to Miami along with Bobby Portis. In return, the Bucks received Tyler Herro, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kel'el Ware, Nikola Jovic, and several future draft picks. The franchise's greatest star was, in fact, gone. New head coach Dejan Milojevic began a rebuilding process from scratch. That skinny kid, selected 15th overall in 2013, had taken this team to the top, and 13 years later had now said goodbye as an era came to a close. Kareem was gone. Now Giannis was gone. History had once again shown the same team similar events. We've just gone over the 10 critical moments that have most shaped the history of this franchise. Its current identity was essentially forged by these struggles and triumphs together. Now the biggest question looms large. Will Milwaukee manage to climb back to the top with Tyler Herro and its young roster, or will this mark the beginning of a long period of darkness? Be sure to share your own ranking in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because when the NBA season starts, you'll continue to find fresh content you'll love right here on this channel. Take care until the next video.